We go in to dictate the way police officers do their police work. Lines 176 through 180 talk about a police officer not discharging his or her firearm into a moving vehicle. For clarification to the members of this chamber, while I am not a police officer and never been a police officer, I work very closely with police officers. And we may see things in the movies where you have police officers putting out stop sticks or creating barricades or hanging out of their driver's side windows as they fire at another car. That is not what happens in common police practice. The number one police practice is safety, keeping yourself, your fellow officers, and the community safe, as well as the suspect. I talked to several police officers, from rank-and-file officers to sergeants to chiefs. No one can remember or recall having to hang out of their driver's side window or passenger side window while driving and fire at a moving vehicle. Now, there are times when a suspect appears to be driving into an officer or driving into a crowd, and that person is using that vehicle as a deadly weapon. In those cases, yes, it's appropriate. We shouldn't be dictating to the police departments what they can and cannot be doing to keep our community safe here. Lines 181 starts a section about no officer putting his or her body in front of a fleeing motor vehicle. Now let's just think about that for a little while. Do we really think that it's common practice or any police department's policy to throw themselves in front of a fleeing motor vehicle? It doesn't make much sense to me, and I can tell you that the people I talk to also confirmed that is not a common practice. If there is a fleeing motor vehicle, the officer either pursues that vehicle, communicates with their dispatch, or lets it go, and they call off the pursuit. There are no officers that are throwing themselves in front of moving vehicles. Further, communicating with other agencies. This is also something that is commonly practiced. So, in my opinion, we do not need legislation to command the police departments to inform them of that. It is a common practice. I understand that in recent incidents it may not have occurred, which is kind of where I want to wrap up. The overall concerns in this bill may be a direct response to the recent incidents that we've seen covered in the local news. These both required, or they involved, the use of deadly force. I believe that as a legislature, we need to be patient. We shouldn't be rushing this. Rushed legislation is rarely good legislation. We should be taking our time, doing careful consideration. The investigations are not yet complete in these two incidents. They may show several things. The policy was wrong, the personnel was wrong, both or neither. But in my opinion, it's short-sighted to create statewide legislative policy telling police departments across the state how to police while we have not yet seen the results of those investigations. Mr. Speaker, I am opposed to this legislation. I urge my colleagues to reject it. Thank you.